it's just something, that I just had a conversation over the weekend about this. And it's around mentoring and how we have to mentor differently than we used to, Ray. You know, that conversation we was having. We can't mentor the same way. So in the conversation, it was brought up. Could you today, you remember that documentary Scared Straight?
Yeah.
Remember that, right, y'all?
Yeah,
You couldn't even
I sent kids to it at Rikers.
you can't even do that today, man. The actual environment around us is so sensitive that if you was to show a video of men yelling at young men and cursing them out and being downright to the bone, man,
Right.
people will be like, nah, you can't do that today, man. You can't mentor like that, man. You can't scare them straight. You have to almost coddle them in a manner, and that's where the word adapting comes from, and which we have to do, is do it in a different nature because you can't be that strong-handed with them anymore.
Let me ask you a question, guys. And from your experience and what you guys have experienced when you're saying you can't do that anymore, where is that coming from? Do you guys feel that's coming from the parents, that a parent will challenge you like, yo, what are you doing? Or just society in general? Where is it coming from more?
I would say a little
It's
bit of
both.
both. It's a little
It's
bit of
both.
both. Because if you're in a school environment, then you have to adhere to the standards of, say, the Board of Education. The Board of Education will only allow you to go but so far in how you interact with an individual. Some of it is parents, but with the parents, they're a little bit more easier to conform because I've had that experience with parents. What it comes from is they're just scared. A lot of them just don't trust because things have happened and they really aren't comfortable with relinquishing that kind of power to another individual. But once they get to know you, I've found that parents just kind of go with the program because you're not. I would always tell parents that all we are is an extension of your family. We want to be that extension that kind of sees what you don't see, kind of works with what you can't work with, and a lot of the boys, young men were had single parents, and most of the time it was mothers. So it would be like, Mom, I get it. You've had to raise him. You've had to be everything for him, but you can't teach him how to be a man. Only a man can do that. And if you allow me the opportunity, and then that would open up. Go ahead, John.
Now, L, because what I want to add to Ellen, what I'm going to use is this example here. I was at Bedford Stuyvesant Boxing Association back in the late 80s. And that gym, man, some of the things you heard said in that gym that the trainers was actually saying, punch
Yeah.
the blood out of him. Know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh, it was raw. But now I bet you if you go into the gym that's public and there's people around, you don't hear the trainer getting gritty like that. Because they can't, because, society will be turned off. Parents will be turned off. It's a certain level, even coaching wise. Ray, you remember when we was being coached, how, the coach was raw.
Yes.
But now if you try to do that now with this thing called social media and it goes to social media and now you are ostracized because you can't talk like that. You can't speak like that. That's why it's a lot different now, man. It's different on how we have to handle this nature and then also, let's say it again, these generation is sensitive in a different manner. We have to address that part of it.
I tell you,
I had to shift in the seat some. He's like, hold on, wait a minute.
because and Ray, I think this is why you're doing this, and this is why it is important, because we need that aspect. You know what I mean? We can't completely forego that. Kids need that piece. So I look at it like, what's the challenge to us to get it in there? That's what you're asking. That's why we're doing this, because I think that's important. And I would go back to what Ray said earlier. It's very important for us to make sure that the kids, the family, you can't do much about what society, they have to know we love them. That's the biggest piece. They got to know that. So when I say, you know what, get your ass over here now, you know that I'm saying that out of love. And that's, I think, maybe where we, not us on the line, but maybe that's where some of our mentor are falling short. Do you guys think?
I got some exciting news for each and every one of you. And the first question I have is, what have you always dreamt about changing in your life? What are some healthy nutritional habits or foods you want to adopt in 2026? Well, let me tell you, at the top of 2026, the Bold Lounge will be launching a free New Year event on mental health and wellness, right? We will cover nutritional health and wellness. We will cover how to deal with mental stress and strain and just how to get our minds right, right? So look out for those dates, and we will look forward to impacting lives. We will be streaming those dates on our social media platform, and we look forward to seeing you. Continue to be bold, believe, overcome, lead, and deliver.